All right. We are live, guys. Welcome to today's market update, where we're going to be talking about the momentum continues. Momentum continues. And also, we're going to be looking at silver and gold as well. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in today's session here. And what I want to be focused on is, once again, just talking about how the momentum is continuing. And we're getting ready for, let me do this here. And yeah, that's basically what I want to cover in today's session for you. So without further ado, guys, let's actually get straight into it. And I want to give you guys a bit of a market update, what's happening right now, and so on and so forth. So before I do start, guys, let me get started straight in here. Guys, do not place a trade based on what you see in the session today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There's no guarantees of making money in the markets. So be smart about the way that you're trading, okay? And this is just general advice only. I don't know your personal situation, so be smart about the way that you're trading. Also, guys, of course, I've got to give my membership a bit of a plug. So if you haven't done so, go to mastertraderlab.com right now, where you'll be able to get access to a special offer, free for 3 days, get access to the Master Trader Lab monthly coaching, and plus get access to all these bonuses as well. So if you haven't done that yet, get access to that right now. Go to mastertraderlab.com and you can get 3 days, get a free day, free trial to the Master Trader Lab monthly coaching, and then also get access to these as well too. And if you don't like it, let me know, and you'll never be able. So with the little plug out of the way, let's actually get straight into the market right now, and let's actually talk about what's going on right now in the markets. So one thing I want to share with you guys and talk to you guys is, yesterday I did a session, and the session I titled it, "Don't Fight the Market." Bam, bam, bam. Don't fight the market. Don't fight the market. Don't fight the market. So, and I was talking about how, if you look at the Dow Jones, if you see my pink arrow here, that this is where momentum started. And I've been saying for the last probably month now that momentum is still on the upside. Momentum is still very, very, very deeply on the upside. We've got a few slowing periods like we did for the last week. And I was saying that this is not the time to try to short the market, because momentum hasn't changed. So the momentum today just continues. It hasn't slowed. It hasn't reversed yet. It just still continues right now. So when will the momentum change? Well, we don't know, right? We have no idea when the momentum's going to change. But all we do know, right, is trying to fight the market, trying to short the market right now is definitely a wrong thing to do. And as you guys know, I've been saying that for at least for the last few weeks. In that. Same with the S&P 500. Now look at the S&P 500. It completely and continued along with my channel there. Bounce off support, came down here, found a bit of support, and then continued up from there. So that's basically what we can see through there, right? We found that we all found all these support through here, support through here, and then we found this support through here, and now we're rallying back up to where we are right now. So the momentum right now on the stock market continues on the upside. There is nothing reversing here. There's no change in the markets right now. And so if you're trying to short the market right now, again, you are fighting the market, okay? You're fighting the market, and there is no short-term momentum change. Same for the NASDAQ as well too. If I go to the NASDAQ, you can see the same thing as well too. We had a bit of a pullback through here. We had a bit of a slowing in momentum. Definitely wasn't a momentum change. We are slowing in momentum. And if I draw a trend line from there to there, I can possibly see something going on through there. There we go. I can possibly see a bit of a trend line. So, and as you can see, right, and now what is this? This is a small little pullback, and now we've created another little higher low, and now we're breaking back up again. So that's what's happening right now, guys. That's what's happening right now. We're still continuing this momentum up, and we don't want to be trying to fight the market. Okay, what I mean by fight the market is that one of the biggest things I've been really touching on, because this is such a big thing for the last month now, about momentum in the markets and momentum on each leg. Momentum down, momentum up. momentum down, momentum up. And if you look at this here, what actually happened here is that if we have a look at this right here, this is where momentum changed from the down to the up. This candle here actually changed momentum back to the downside. So we actually went back up and then back down. So momentum actually changed this day here. But the very next day, momentum completely flipped the script and went and can turn back the bullish here. So as you can see here, right, the momentum, there was all this here was momentum bearish, bearish, bearish. Then momentum changed back to bullish here. Then it started to change back to bearish on this candle here, and the very next candle changed back to bullish. So I'm talking about the short-term momentum on a day-by-day basis here, guys. But ever since this candle here, we have actually had a momentum on the bullish side. We've had strong momentum, slowing, not reversing, strong momentum, slowing, not reversing. So with all that being said, we are continuing to see strong momentum on the upside through here. So this is looking really, really interesting, guys, to see where we're at right now and to see what's actually going on through here. So we are definitely getting very, very close to some overhead resistance here. But again, wait for the market to tell you. If we're going to start to see another leg down, then wait for the market to tell you that. And then again, you don't want to be fighting the market. Same with the transportation average as well too. As you can see, right, look at this here. Just momentum changed this candle here, up, slowing, up. This was now slowing, up, slowing, up. So we actually haven't, even on the transportation average, we still hadn't got a complete reversal yet. So in momentum there. So moving on now to silver and gold as well too. Let's have a look at what's actually happened with gold. So what's actually going on with gold right now? Well, if I take everything off the screen, firstly, we're still in this pullback here, aren't we? So we're still in this nice pullback of a flag formation. We've got a nice run up, and a nice run up, and then a nice pullback with a flag formation. If I bring on all my trend lines now, my little funky dunky lines through here, we can see that we actually got down. Look at this here. We actually retraced less than 50%. Now, what does that mean? That means that if we get a nice, good, strong breakout bar that actually breaks above this 125 level, then I have a target on the GLD of now running up to 130. Because as you can see, right, like this market here, if I bring this in really close from the absolute low point, from the lowest point to the highest point up there, you can see here that it actually retraced less than 50%, but we're still in this flag formation here, right? We're still in this pullback through here. So anything can happen. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but what I'm saying here right now is that if this holds and we don't actually get down to this 50% level here, which is this line through here, that's a very strong sign. And once again, if we do get a nice, good bullish breakout bar, nice, good up bar, just like we saw back here, see this back here? Nice, good breakout bar. That tells us now we have a really good chance of then now continuing and running on to and running up to now 130. Now I know that sounds crazy, but that's where the ultimate level is there. So possibly 130. Actually, you know what? Looking at this level here now, it's actually probably a bit lower than that. So probably 128, 129. So probably the 128 level would be where I'd see this here. So and it's really interesting, right? If I go through here, if I look at some sort of, if this is a flag formation through here as well, if we're getting some sort of a nice run up and a nice pullback, we measure from the bottom point to the high point of the flag of the pole, and if the market does break out, well, we grab the exact same line and we extend it up, and as you can see, that's where the projection is likely to get to, which is right there, 128, and then just above that is resistance. So this whole area here is indeed for the GLD gold is a target if we start to see this continuation formation and so on and so forth. So I hope you can see what I'm saying there. So this is actually looking really, really, really bullish for gold right now. But the thing is, guys, is that you don't want to be getting in the market based on what you think is going to happen. Even though we're developing some sort of a bull flag formation, and this is looking really, really nice, you still want to wait for confirmation there. Now let's look at the SLV price. SLV price has retraced, actually, you can see here, right? They retraced actually more than 50%, almost down to 60%, but now we're just holding this level through here. So the gold price has got a lot more stronger formation as we speak right now than the SLV price. Moving on now down to, we'll just go back through the main indices through here. So the SIL price, a big strong run up. We're still in this flag formation, so nothing's really changed. This period through here is what we call time. Time is energy rebuilding in the market, so it's having a bit of a rest now. And if we if we do start to see another breakout to the upside and breaking above 27.25, then I have a target of probably back. Yeah, probably up there, which is, I know that sounds pretty crazy, but we're looking at maybe the 29.50 level, maybe 29 level. That's where we're probably likely to start to see the SIL price. Now, guys, what I'm saying here is what I'm seeing from the charts. I'm not saying this is definitely going to happen. So don't be getting into a trade based on what I'm showing you right here. You still want to be getting in based on some trading setup. But there's a lot of good setups happening right now. And let's go down to the GDX as well too. And what's happening with the GDX? Same thing as well too, right? Look at this here. Beautiful, beautiful, big, strong and up. And then we're getting a nice pullback through here. Really, really nice pullback through here. Very, very, very nice pullback. Once again, if we get a nice breakout, I mean, especially if we break above the 22.75 level, then I have a target of up here. This whole range up here is definitely an ultimate target. So the 24.50 level would be a target where I believe the GDX could actually get to in the markets there. So looking really, really nice of what I'm seeing through here. So I would just obviously make sure you keep an eye on this, guys, but this is a very, very, very nice continuation pattern, but you want to wait for the breakout first. I'm not, guys, please, I'm not saying that you should trade this. I'm just telling you what I'm looking at right now and what the market's doing right now. Because even if the market does break out, we get some confirmation and it actually, for me, and if it does meet all my trading rules, I definitely will be trading it. But what I'm saying here, guys, is that when you're looking at the markets and you're trading this, you must also understand that what you're seeing right now, what it can turn around and give you a stop out. So you've got to have good risk management as well too. And so if I go back to SILJ, this one here is a bit more of a tricky one. So not really much going on through there, getting pretty similar there. And the GDXJ, GDXJ once again is doing a very, very similar to the GDX. If we getting a very, very, very nice bullish flag formation, you would notice if I take this one off the screen, you would notice that, look at this here. This is actually now retracing what? Less than 50%. What does that mean? It means strong momentum, right? Strong momentum. So if we continue this pullback through here and we don't retrace to 50% and then we get another breakout bar, that's a strong momentum sign. And so therefore, there's a really good chance that we're probably going to, oh, where did my line go? Let's go to this weekly chart here. There's actually a lot of resistance up through here, isn't there? Where is that on that chart there? See, that's what you got to be careful of, guys. This is a really, really, really important thing that I'm sharing with you right now. If I'm looking at the daily chart, I'm seeing a really nice, good sort of setup through here. But then I go back to my weekly chart of the, hang on a minute, there's a lot of resistance through here. That's going to be havoc to that there. Really, really, really important. So if you trade the daily chart, always look at the weekly chart for these levels. If I'm trading a 2-minute chart or a 5-minute chart, I'm always looking at the 15-minute chart and the 60-minute chart for these major levels because they will impact the success of your trading. So that's what I'm looking at through there, guys. Looking now on to, say, USO, which is oil. What's happening right now? We're still getting just that. We're still getting a pullback here right now, which is what? Which is time, right? Time is either, if you're looking at the, let's do this here, right? So if you have a big rundown like you're getting here right now, time is either a pullback, which is against the trend, or it's sideways, and then a continuation. So not much happening there on oil there. Let's have a look at UNG for a few natural gas fanatics. Still going down. We actually, if you're looking at this here, guys, if you're looking at the momentum, it was this candle Almost change, almost change. It was this candle right here that the momentum actually changed back to bearish. Okay. Slowing down, slowing down, slowing down, still slowing. So right now we're still on a big, we haven't even had some short-term momentum change. For people trying to, I had one comment yesterday saying, I picked the bottom in UNG one day. Come on now, guys. Seriously. Come on now. Come on now. And so that's basically what's happening there with the UNG, UUP, the US dollar. US dollar is just having a bit of a pullback today. And so that's actually, that's all right. But we're still looking at this very, very strong formation, nice little high low breaking above that. We've now got this area of support through here as well too. So that's really interesting to see what's going to happen there on the UUP. If we have a look at some of the banks today, such as JP Morgan, we can see what's happening here right now in JP Morgan. Now, here's the interesting thing. We're getting this major lower high, lower high, lower high in the markets. If I go to my weekly chart here, we're still getting that major lower high, so on and so forth, right? If I bring my trend line down as well too, from there to there, right, I can see that there's something going on. There's probably something going on through there as well too. Now, if I bring up my daily charts, as you can see, right, we're actually holding this quite strongly. So if we start to break above this line through here, back above 14106, then this probably has a really good chance of getting back above that and probably racing back up to the highs. Or maybe not even highs, but midpoint would be a target for me on JP Morgan right there. So I go back to the daily chart again. So as you can see, right, like that's what I do. Every time I'm looking at these markets and every time I'm reading these charts, I'm always analyzing where are the major areas of support or resistance, because that's where the market is likely to run to. You always want to check the higher time frame for that. So if I'm looking at the daily chart, you can see I always go to the weekly chart to see where are those levels that could indeed do that. So if we break above this 104 level, then we have a really, really good chance, really high probability of running back to 112 on JP Morgan through there. Bank of America, so BAC, same sort of thing as well too. Actually, you know what? Let's actually go look at Apple, because Apple is still in a nice pullback through here. Nice. This is actually it's still a time phase through here, so we're still getting that pullback. Be really interesting to see what's actually happening through there. So not really much going on through there with Apple. Amazon. What's actually happened with Amazon? All right, so Amazon is still actually holding its ground through here. So we still haven't got any real momentum shift. We've got a run up. We've got a bit of a sideways movement through here. If we do get a close below sort of this 1600 level, then we're probably likely to see a nice run back to the downside through there. So that's what I'm seeing there right now. This is the few stocks that's on my mind as well too. There's actually a few stocks there, guys, that I want to share with you and help you out with. Guys, can you see my screen okay? If you do have any questions, guys, put them in the chat box. And then, yeah, that I can help you out with any questions you have. Anything that's on your mind right now, just let me know, and I'll be happy to help you out. Screen is fine. Okay, cool. Fantastic, guys. Fantastic. Alrighty, guys. So let me go through. Let me go through some questions now. Guys, if you haven't done so yet, go to mastertraderlab.com to grab your free 3-day free trial, and also those 5 different trading courses and special bonuses you're going to get as well too. You're going to love it. Alrighty, so our next event to watch out for would be resistance around 27.85 on the S&P. Okay, so on the S&P. Um, 27.85. Yes, there actually is a lot of resistance up through here. So definitely a lot of resistance through here. So it's probably going to try to run to that level. Probably. That's where it looks like it's going to try and run to. So good point out there, Gregory. What do you think of JNUG? I bought today at $10.30. What do I think of JNUG? JNUG is actually very connected to the GDX price. So if the GDX price is going to start to move higher, then the JNUG will start to do the exact same thing as well too. Short term on the JNUG, we actually looks like we're short term on the JNUG. We have a whole bunch of area of support and resistance all through this level through here. So that's the short term on the JNUG there. So even if we do get a bit of a push higher, it's going to have a lot of problems around that 12 level there. We break above that 12 level, that's where things can really, really start to heat up. But that's basically what we're looking at there. Looking at this weekly chart here. But if we start to, once again, if we do start to break above that 12 level, then this whole thing here could be one big, massive, long-term bottoming action. And then we could start to see probably a nice move back up again in the markets. If I bring up my trend lines, as you can see, right, we actually have been breaking above that as well too. So we're starting to gain a lot of momentum, a lot of strength in the JNUG. And then who knows, maybe the next couple of years, we're going to see the big spike through here. I actually did buy some call options through here. And as we started to break down, I got out of it. I shouldn't have, again, that was me being stupid, by the way. The reason why was because the market was clearly lowering their prices still. So it was stupid of me to go against the market. So right now, if the market breaks above here, then we could possibly see a big move happening in that there. So if the GDX starts to see that big move happening, then we're probably going to see a nice good spike in JNUG as well too. Which in result, I'd probably be looking myself. I'd be probably looking for a bit more of a longer term play, and probably buying some more options back on there. At least a couple of years worth of data time as well too. Now, let's have a look at this. SLV is usually more volatile. Yeah. Well, SLV is still struggling at those levels through there. So I definitely want to be the GDX price for me is one that's giving so much more positive signs through that level. So I definitely want to be fighting that. John, do you think news triggers the movements in the markets? No. Because Santiago. I apologize for obviously not getting your name right there, but the reason why I say no is because if you use simple basic charting analysis like peaks and troughs, who's in control, higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, so on and so forth. If you go back in time over the last say 10 years, then you'll just be able to read the chart as the chart's forming. It's not like you went back 10 years ago and you started analyzing the market and said, oh, there was news this day and that's what made this market move here. It's like, no. That's what the thing is this, guys, if you're watching the news network, they have to report on a reason why something happened. So if the market did nothing, they have to report why the market did nothing. If the market had a good move up, oh, this is the reason why the market up. People are now very optimistic. If the market went down, or people are very nervous about this. They have to report on something. What do you think of the ES? Thanks. Are you talking about Ali? Are you talking about the S&P 500? Do you use relative strength analysis to look at the markets comparing one thing to another? No, that's completely useless to do that. How is that going to? It's not like, well, if one industry or one sector, if that's strong, that means this is definitely going to happen. You don't want to be doing that because now you're saying, okay, well, if this is strong, so I should buy into this market because it's going to catch up. It's completely wrong way of thinking. You should be only getting, you do your analysis on the chart you're looking at and you make a decision based on that chart you're looking at and nothing else. You don't say, well, I'm going to buy gold today because I think the stock market's going to crash. Can you see how that's just crazy? Yeah, it really, really is. It really is crazy. So that's what you don't want to be doing. Okay, I went over the S&P 500 today already. It's very strong. There's nothing bearish about it right now. Very strong. And we're probably going to continue up to that 2,800 level on the ES or the S&P 500, which basically is the ES and the SPX futures and so on and so forth. Same for the SPY, same thing. SPY is probably going to try and run back up towards that 280 level right now. Yeah, it's looking pretty strong, but that's not guaranteed, guys. I'm not saying that's definitely going to happen, but that's where it looks like it's going to try and run to. Hey, John, do you think PYX looks like a trade setup today? John, my man, PYX. John, my man, you get a big F for failure, my man. Go back and read your book. PYX looks like a trade today. Big F for failure, my man. You really have to study the book a lot more. If you go back and look at your book, the workbook that you got, you'll be able to see the reason why this is not a setup. Yeah. Come on, man. Seriously. Do I think Lulu meets my trading setup? Okay. For people actually know my trading setup. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, big F for failure there as well too. Butt-bow. 2 butt-bows. Come on, guys. Again, not many people actually know my complete step-by-step trading rules. Only a few. Only probably, I'd have to say maybe only 10 people in total actually really know my maybe 20 people in total know my actual step-by-step rules. I give some clues on what to look out for, but no, this is definitely not a trade. Definitely not a trade for me. It's not. I'm not saying it's not going to go up, but I'm saying that it definitely is not a trade setup for me. It's not a high probability trading setup for me. Waiting for the SPY to crash. Let's go. Okay, really? Okay, well that may never happen. We may run back up to new highs. So if you're waiting for that, hoping and thinking and feeling and all that sort of down home country goodness. The media invents a reason for the market movements after the fact. The latest news of advertising government shutdown dies after the market. Yeah, well, exactly. If you're looking at the stock market, if you're looking at the actual stock market, yeah. Remember, the news, they report on what has already happened, not what is going to happen, because no one knows what's going to happen. You can just follow the charts. Laughing my ass off, Gregory. Does symbol CLSK look good? Well, option, before I even look at that, if you have to ask me, does it look good? Compared to what? Like, I know exactly what I'm looking for. If you have to ask me, does it look good? Then what? You're obviously not confident in your trading system. This is one of the biggest things, guys, you must get really, really good at is knowing exactly what you're looking for in a real high quality setup. It's so important. It's like, oh, I think this is a good idea. So CLSK. Well, look good for what? There's nothing that for me. For me, there's a lot of resistance where it is right now. So I definitely wouldn't want to be jumping into it right now. And we've already made a big move. So if you're trying to buy it right now after it's made a big move, then you're chasing the market, and then you're probably going to get smacked. So that's the first thing I do say. Secondly, I do say is that if it's not based on any proven setup for yourself, this is where, guys, you really have to spend your time this year. If you really want to be a good trader, a successful trader long term, you must work hard, whether it's joining my coaching program. If you want to do that, email me at howtrader@gmail.com, HOWELL @trader@gmail.com, and I'll schedule a call with you and I'll see if you're a good fit for my coaching program. Well, I teach you my system and I coach you every week. But apart from that, You must work hard at developing a system and a plan that you know that's going to work for you. And that takes a while. That takes a good at least few months. Stop trying to force it and rush it and all this sort of things, guys, because you're only going to go backwards. That's where you need to be spending your time. And if you don't know exactly what you're looking for on the charts, you are wasting your time. I must say that again. If you don't know exactly what you're looking for on the charts, you are wasting your time. Oh, geez. So yes, I got that's the number one thing you must be focusing on is generating or learning or buying into, investing into a so thank you. Investing into and learning a real good, simple, just one system. That's all you need is one system. Now, I believe mine is the highest probability trading system on the planet because I've been doing this for 15 years and I know it's a high probability trading system. Almost every single A+ setup will just crush it. But anyway, the thing is this, guys, is that if you don't have that, then that's your foundation there. That's your foundation, is having something that you know that works. And it's not like, well, it works today and then tomorrow the market changed, so it didn't work tomorrow. That's total BS. No. Now, work simply means you know the average win-loss ratio of that system and all that sort of stuff. You know the exact setup, you know the entry bar, you know where you're likely to put your stop. All those different things you must be working hard on. If you don't, you're not developing that strong foundation. So 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 12 months goes by and you're like, damn, Peter Pan, I'm still back where I was. Why do every time I get in this market, it goes against me and blah, 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 all this sort of stuff that goes on with your market or in your brain. Because if you're not willing to put the work in, guys, you're going to continue getting your head handed to you. I guarantee it. Why? Because I have that t-shirt. Actually, probably about at least 5 cupboards full of t-shirts based on that. It's not that, like, guys, and I'm telling you right now, I have access to some of the most successful private traders going around on this planet right now. Or probably are my private coach anyway. And I see that how they view the market, how they trade the market. And it's not that they're lucky. There is no luck. Preparation meets opportunity. That's how you get lucky. Preparation is like working hard, and then opportunity appears and then you take it. TDG 2 weeks ago looked good. TDG 2 weeks ago looked good. John, big F for failure on that one as well too, my man. Come on now. John, when I spoke to you like a couple of weeks ago, maybe it was a couple of weeks ago, and you showed me a stock that you showed me a stock that you got into. I'm like, that was perfect. That was a perfect trade setup. And everything else you're showing me right now is total BS. Come on, John, get back to your workbook. The workbook tells you. The workbook tells you exactly step by step exactly what to look for. Come on, man. There's a checklist in that workbook, man, for a reason. Yes. SBS. SBS was perfect. SBS was perfect, John. Great trade, by the way. Perfect trade. I'm glad you actually followed the trading rules on that system because that was a really good trading setup and you stuck to the rules and it worked really nicely. So, John, my man, I'll tell you what, I'm going to fly over to America and give you a bit of a boot up the ass, my man. Come on. Follow the checklist. There's a step-by-step checklist in the workbook for a reason, my man. Go back and follow the rules. Go back and study the rules. Go back to those other charts you showed me and tell me why SBS was an A+ setup and it crushed it, where those other ones, even though it did work on and they did run on, it's still not an A+ setup. So there you go, guys. If you actually want to join my coaching program, that's the sort of thing I do with my coaching clients. I'm hard on them, but I only want you to be taking the best of the best setups. I don't care what actually happens afterwards and so on and so forth. It's like, no, I only want you taking the best of the best setups. So that's how I am. So if you're interested in joining my coaching program, email me, haltrader@gmail.com. And, if you're approved, then I'm definitely tough on you because I want you to be sticking to the rules. When you stick to the rules, you do well. How do you scan and search for a stock with good setups? Bernard, firstly, you need to know exactly what you're looking for. And then secondly, create some sort of code that gives you that sort of setup. That's what I do. Do you incorporate patterns into price action to make trading decisions? EPP, no. I make a trading decision based on my trading setups. Based on my trading setup. Based on my proven trading setup, that's all I make my decision on. So, which is basically a chart pattern, by the way. It's basically a chart pattern. It's an entry bar as well. It's, and it's also, it's also wrapped around with some trading rules as well too, to make sure you're getting, just because you have the chart pattern and the entry bar doesn't mean it's going to be a really good trading setup. You need to have it wrapped around and with some really good trading rules as well. And and I'll tell you right now, guys, if you want to be successful, you can do this. You just got to get out of your own way. And the more you can just stick to the proven trading rules, it's not a matter of if you're going to do really well. It's just a matter of when. Long time period, huge gap up with volume. Nah, that's not my trading rules, Gregory. No. Nah. Because the time period might not be long enough. The breakout bar might be too big. There's a whole bunch of wide range of things that goes into a good trading system. So, and I'm not going to, by the way, guys, I'm not going to teach you guys my exact step-by-step trading system. There's no way for that. I have people pay me 10 grand for coaching for that. So again, I'm not going to do that here on the free YouTube. I'm getting ants in my pants. John is like a drilling surgeon in the, yes. Stick to the rules, you do well. Don't stick to the rules, you get pain. So anyway, guys, well, that's it for me today. Once again, guys, make sure you head on down to mastertraderlab.com to grab your free trial to the lab, where I can do coaching sessions with you every month. It's group coaching sessions. And if you'd like to join my coaching program, then email me at haltrader@gmail.com. And then if you're accepted, then this is sort of what you're going to get when you screw up on me, because the fact of the matter is this, guys, my system works. Well, it's not really my system. I'll actually learn it from my mentor, my 7-figure mentor. So it works. A+ setups work almost every single time, period. And John, my man, you yourself, right? Like you yourself know, you watched me last year. You saw it, right? Almost every single A+ setup that was perfect ran on for really good profits. You saw that firsthand live on the spot. So it's not like this is airy-fairy crap. You were with me last year. Right. So again, it's not a matter of like blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you saw it. Every single, almost every single A+ setup that met the rules 100%, and just like, bam, this is it. It was just like, look at that profit run. Look at the profit. Look at the profit. And all the other crap that I took sometimes was really bad. So that's what, guys, you can do this. You really can do this. You really can become a really good trader. It's just a matter of learning a real simple system and forgetting all this other BS out there that's stopping you from moving forward. It truly, truly, truly is, guys. You can do this. You have the skills. You have the abilities. You have the skills and you have the abilities to really move forward in these markets. You really do, guys. But the one thing that's stopping you is that you're not spending time or investing your hard-earned money. Yes, you have to invest. Like I still invest with my private coach because he keeps me on track. But the thing is this, guys, is that if you invest and you put the hard work in, you too can do really, really, really well. The thing that stops you from doing really well is firstly, you try to rush in the market without doing any work, which means learning the system and then going after chart after chart after chart. Oh, there you go, John. Thank you very much, John. So you're exactly right, John. Like you saw that, right? You saw that last year, right? You saw, you saw that there were several trades there that ran on for 1,000% profit in there. Now I didn't get the 1,000% profit, but that's what some of the trades did run onto. We're talking with options here, by the way. So guys, you can do this. You really, really, really can. The biggest thing for you is you need to know exactly what you're looking for on the chart. You need to know exactly what you're looking for on the chart. And then your job is to do nothing but take that setup. If you do that, you will be successful. No doubt about it. because you won't be taking many trades. You'll be taking A quality setups, and most of the trades are going to work out for you. And that's going to build your bank. It's going to build your confidence, and it's going to build, and everything's going to snowball from there. Right? Everything is going to snowball from there. You guys can do this. You really, 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 really can. But you got to get out of your own way and stop thinking when the market's manipulated and the news moves it so it's unpredictable and blah, blah, blah. All this sort of story and crap that you tell yourself. This is not true. Okay? Because yes, the market may move in up and down, all that sort of stuff. But once you identify a really high quality trading setup, there's a very high quality, there's very high probability that when you meet, like for example, SBS, John, the trade that you took that meant the plan 100%, this was perfect. And then this thing just took off. John, I actually analyzed, this is like a 1,400% profit or something like that, John, that you told me about with this trade. This is crazy. It was absolutely just a nuts trade that you took that met the trading rules. Now, not every trade that meets trading rules is going to do that, but this actually had the found. And John, and I don't want you to say this, John, but you can actually see the reason why this actually had quite a decent run, right? Because of something within the trading setup. We talked about that last year, right, John? So again, I don't want to talk about that in the room, but you know exactly the reason why this actually had a big run, right? Because it had all that. And again, please don't say it in the chat box, but you know exactly what I'm talking about here, right? Because it's just like when this happens, this is likely to happen, and you saw that. So anyway, guys, drill sergeant coming out. Guys, you can do this. You really, really can. So you really, really, really can. So anyway, guys, that's it for me today. I am out of here. Have an amazing day, guys, and I'll catch you probably tomorrow. All right, guys. See you tomorrow.